Alright children, good morning, class 11C. We have now started with the accounts class. We are doing the chapter Introduction to Accounting. The topic that we have discussed yesterday was double entry system, the most important topic perhaps in this chapter. What do you mean by this double entry system? Anyone? Shubh? Zulfikar?
Ma'am, in the system of accounting, every business transaction has two aspects, that are debit and credit.
Okay. It is a system. Please continue. Okay, fine. So it is a system of accounting in which we enter two aspects, because whenever a business transaction happens, something has to go out of business and something has to come inside the business. All those who were there in the class yesterday, do you remember that example? Purchase made for cash. When we made purchases, when we purchased something, we means the businessman. When he purchased something, tell me what was coming inside the business. When he made the purchases, goods were coming into the business. And what do we call these goods? Purchase. We give them one collective term, that is purchases. Fine. When we purchased goods and we paid him something, what went out of the business? What went out of the pocket? It was money. Money, right. And what do we call it exactly in the accounting language? We call it cash, right? If you have made a payment through check, then we have said that bank. Okay, so cash payment or payment through bank means check se payment kiya. Now, for example, if the same goods which he had purchased just now have to be sold, because they were purchased to be sold further. Every businessman buys something so that he can sell them off, right? He'll buy something from the wholesaler so that he can sell it out to somebody else, to his customer. Now, when he's making those sales, what is going out of the business? Come on. When goods will go out of the business. Now the goods which were coming into the business, they were given one collective term, purchases, right? When the goods are going out of the business, what do we call these going out goods? We call them as sales, right? Everybody is clear about this? What are purchases and what are sales? When the businessman buys them for reselling, it is called purchases. जितनी बार भी करी हो, जितनी क्वांटिटी में भी करी हो, it will be called as purchases. Every time purchase account debit when the salesman makes purchases. Okay, purchase of goods. Now whenever these goods are sold out, whenever he is making sales to his customers, then what will happen? Sales. It will all be called as sales, right? Now when he is making sales, what is coming into the business? What will he get?
Cash.
He will receive cash, means cash will be debited. Cash has to come in, so whatever is coming into the business is debited. Clear with this? Two aspects are there, debit and credit. Now we have got the first aspect, the debit aspect. What is going out in this case? Second case, sales or goods are going out of the business. So the credit aspect also we found, and that was sales. So children, clear? We have two aspects for any business transaction. One of the aspect is the debit aspect and another aspect is the credit aspect. In the first case, purchases is the debit aspect. Purchase is debit and cash is going out, it is to be credited. In the second case, what happened? Sales. When he made sales, he received what? He received cash. So cash was coming into the business. We have got the debit aspect. What is coming into the business this time? Cash is coming into the business this time. So cash is to be debited. And what is going out? What do we call all the sales that we make going out of goods? We call it sales. So sales will be credited. So in the double entry system of accounting, we always look for two aspects. Which two aspects are these for any business transaction? Yes. Which two aspects are these? It is the, yes, it is the debit aspect and the credit aspect. When you answer, please make sure that your mic remains on for at least 1 or 2 seconds. Otherwise, the sound will not turn up. So every business transaction has two aspects, a debit aspect and a credit aspect. How do you say that double entry system is very reliable? What do we do at the end? We total all the debits we have made and we total all the credits that we have made. What will they be? They will be, their sum will be equal to each other. The total of the debit column and the total of the credit column will be equal. What does this suggest? Who will tell me? What does this suggest? Debit equals to credit at the end of the year. So what can you interpret? Samarth, Ramjot, Dhruv, anyone? Namra? Can't you say? Yes. Can't you say that it is showing arithmetic accuracy? Arithmetic means mathematical accuracy. जितने debits करे थे उतने ही equal credits भी करे. That means yes. हाँ, which perhaps means there is no error to such an extent. But when you will study a chapter called rectification of error, it is there in your syllabus in class 11th. You will see कि अगर हम गलत journal entries कर देते तो result पे तो कोई असर नहीं पड़ता है, लेकिन account making wrong हो जाती है. How that happens, that we will talk about. But it shows there is at least presently no arithmetic inaccuracy. It is all accurate and correct. Now let us talk about the stages. Who will tell me the steps or stages that we have discussed yesterday? The stages of...
First is journal entry.
Okay, one by one, Aishwarya. It is journal entry. What we do in journal entry? We find out the debit and credit aspect, and something is to be debited, something is to be credited. This is the journal entry that we make. Fine. Who will tell me what is the second step? Anyone?
Making ledger accounts.
ओके सेकंड इज द लेजर अकाउंट. अब जो दोनों अकाउंट्स अफेक्ट होते हैं जर्नल एंट्री में, कोई एक अकाउंट डेबिट होता है और कोई दूसरा क्रेडिट होता है. यहाँ से हम उस एंट्री को पिक करते हैं और उसे उसके रिस्पेक्टिव अकाउंट में क्लासिफिकेशन के लिए डालते हैं. रिमेंबर द डेफिनेशन, अकाउंटिंग इज एन आर्ट ऑफ रिकॉर्डिंग. आफ्टर रिकॉर्डिंग व्हाट? Classifying. So to record it is journal and to classify it is the ledger account. So classification is made, means ledger accounts we will make. After ledger accounts are done, we will get a ledger balance. Okay, we will balance the bigger side minus the smaller side and we will get a balance. This balance will go where? This balance will go to trial balance. This closing balance of ledger account goes to trial balance. After trial balance is ready, we make a set of three accounts or statements, you say. What do we call that? Final accounts. What is the collective term? The collective term is final accounts. What is the first part of final accounts? Trading account. Then we make what? Very nice. Profit and loss account. And why do we make this trading and profit and loss account and all the other ledger accounts? To make the balance sheet. Now right from journal entry to balance sheet, all this is done in a scientific and a well-defined process with the help of double entry system, and we get the desired result. What is the ultimate result of any accounting and accounting treatment? To know the financial position of any business, and this is done with the help of balance sheet. So children, is this much clear to each one of you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now shall we move ahead? To the advantages. We have discussed so many things about the double entry system. You tell me, what advantages do you see in it? Debit और credit आपस में total बराबर होता है. That means it shows arithmetic accuracy, right? First point is this, arithmetic accuracy. What else do you see? It is a scientific system. Science is based on certain rules and regulations. In the similar way, Double entry system is also based on rules of accounting. Double entry system is also based on rules of debit and credit. The most important term, the ABC of accounts, is the rules of debit and credit. I studied it particularly when I was in school, and see, I remember it still, even after so many years. So if you are a commerce student, if you wish to take it in class 12th and graduation and the years coming, you should be able to know the rules of debit and credit. If that is clear to you, it means most of the accounting concepts will go inside your brain. But if the rules for journal, if the rules of double entry system are not clear to you, you will not be able to do at least accounting in any way. कभी भी आप accounts ठीक से नहीं पढ़ सकते हैं if you don't know the rules of debit and credit. So it is a scientific method. Double entry system is a scientific method which helps in what? Which helps in maintaining records of accounting in a scientific manner. Based on what? Based on rules of journal entry, your rules of debit and credit. Clear, children? It is a scientific method because it is based on rules. Rules of what? Rules of debit and credit. Next point. Complete record of transactions. In your books, you must have seen there are two topics, double entry system and single entry system. How is double entry system better? Because it records both the aspects, the debit aspect also and the credit aspect also. It is necessary to find out the debit aspect and the credit aspect both of any entry, because only then you will get the desired results. Yes, Samarth? It will give you the feature of comparability. You will be at ease, okay, my debit side is equal to my credit side. It means I have done my job right. But in single entry system, there is either of the two aspect. या तो सिर्फ डेबिट एस्पेक्ट होता है या फिर सिर्फ क्रेडिट एस्पेक्ट होता है, और इसीलिए सिंगल एंट्री सिस्टम बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोमिनेंटली यूज नहीं भी होती है. The next topic that you have in your book, the single entry system, it is not much in use. We don't study it, we don't discuss about it much because it is incomplete, it is unscientific, it gives us incomplete information. Okay, if I teach you and I give you incomplete information, then will it be of any use to you? No. You say, ma'am is giving us incomplete information, it is of no use to listen to her. In the similar manner, unless any business transaction is recorded in both ways, debit and credit, it is of no use. उससे हम बहुत ज़्यादा results derive नहीं कर सकते हैं. But double entry system has this advantage that it tells you any entry in two aspects, debit aspect and credit aspect. Next, arithmetical accuracy. As I have told you, how will this tell that there is arithmetical accuracy? How will double entry system tell that there is arithmetic accuracy? Always the debits have to be equal to the credits. जितने सारे डेबिट्स हैं, परचेजेस का डेबिट है, किसी के नाम का डेबिट है, कोई और नॉमिनल अकाउंट के एक्सपेंसेस का डेबिट है, all that should be equal to all the credit that you have made in the journal entries. Not only in the journal entries, even trial balance has two columns, debit column and the credit column. Okay, so trial balance भी हम तब भी कहते हैं correct है when at the end the two sides are equal to each other. If they are not equal to each other, then you will have to think, oh, where I went wrong. So it is showing arithmetic accuracy. Next point, determining profit and loss. Which account double entry system helps you make to find out the profit and loss? Yes, sir. The final accounts, the trading and profit and loss account, which will ultimately tell you that you have done things right to find out the profit or loss. There can be a profit also, there can be a loss also. So to find out the profit and loss is helped by the double entry system. Next point, knowledge of the financial position. Which statement tells you the exact financial position of the business? Yes. Which is it? Which one is it? More people have to answer this. Which statement tells you that I have done the things right and here are my results of assets and liabilities? It is told by the balance sheet. So it is not possible to make a balance sheet with the single entry system, but it is possible to make it with the double entry system. Next point, full details for the purpose of control. We know about all the assets and all the liabilities. Where do we show the assets and liabilities, children? We show them in the balance. Yes, we show them in the बैलेंस शीट. और बैलेंस शीट से ही हम एसरटेन करते हैं कितने सारे पेमेंट्स हमें करने हैं, कितने सारे असेट्स हमारे पास हैं. What is the capital of the business? Means the money with which we are running the business. How much money do we have to run the business? How many of them we have to pay? How many of them are there from which we will receive some money? So all these details are mentioned in the balance sheet. Next point, comparative study is possible because it is a scientific method. It is prepared in the same manner year after year. Now once you for example, there are 3 exams: unit test, half yearlies and final exam. Fine. Now unit test you give oral, half yearly you give written. For unit test you get grades and for half yearly you get marks. So is it possible to compare grades with marks? Grades can be compared with grades only, and marks can be compared with marks. I got 22, I got 35, means I scored better in the next exam. And grades can be compared with grades. I got a B plus, I got an A, right? Grades can be compared with grades. So unless you make the accounting with the same pattern, you cannot compare them. And double entry system helps you to maintain accounts in the same pattern year after year. So जब balance sheet 2019-20 की, balance sheet 2020-21 की और balance sheet 2021-22 की, financial year you remember 1st April to 31st March. तो जब तीन balance sheets हमारे सामने होंगी तो अब हमें उन्हें compare करना easy होगा. फर्स्ट ईयर में हमने एक पैराग्राफ में लिख दिया, सेकेंड ईयर में हमने सिर्फ इनकम्प्लीट रिकॉर्ड्स बना दिए, पर थर्ड ईयर में बैलेंस शीट बनाई. विल इट बी पॉसिबल टू मेक अ कंपैरेटिव स्टडी? नो, बिकॉज दे आर नॉट इन द सेम फॉर्मेट. सो डबल एंट्री सिस्टम helps you to maintain records in one particular format, that is making of a journal, then a ledger account, then a trial balance, then the trading account, then the profit and loss account, and finally the balance sheet. This will help you to make a comparative study year after year. Also comparative study of one firm with another firm. Okay. Next, it helps the management and decision making. Now when we have the comparative study, it is easier for the management to decide what new policies are to be implemented. Any confusion with the management decision making? All right, he will find out the profit was less, next year the profit was more, what new policies should be implemented. And the last point is detection of fraud and misappropriation. Because this is a scientific process, because this is tallied through the debit total being equal to the credit total, there is lesser possibility of fraud. I hope you know what is a fraud, monetary fraud. Do you know the concept of monetary fraud? A theft in money, manipulation of accounts. It is lesser possible when we are doing things through double entry system. Okay, the next topic says accounts of incomplete records. As I have already told you, you can write this in your registers. Accounts for incomplete records. Accounts for incomplete records. This method is not very popular. This method, or you write this method of accounting, I'm sorry, this method of accounting is not very popular because it records either the debit, yes, of course, This method of accounting is not very popular. This method of accounting is not very popular because it records either debit or credit, because it records either debit or credit aspect of accounting. ASPECT, aspect of accounting. Full stop. It sometimes ignores a transaction totally. It sometimes ignores a transaction totally. Full stop. It is an unscientific and unreliable system. It is an unscientific and unreliable system since it is incomplete and unsystematic. Since it is incomplete and unsystematic. Got it? Written? Since it is
Yes, ma'am.
incomplete and unsystematic. Full stop. It records only personal accounts and cash book is maintained in it. It records only personal accounts. पर्सनल अकाउंट्स मीन्स जो किसी का नाम इन्वॉल्व करते हैं. क्रेडिट बेसिस पर जब ट्रांजैक्शन होता है वहाँ पर हम कैश नहीं लिखते हैं, वी राइट द नेम ऑफ द पर्सन. I'll let you know when we'll discuss the journal entries. It records only personal accounts and cash book is maintained. Okay. Samarth, can you quickly repeat? Yes, of course. Quickly.
This method of accounting is not very popular because it records either debit or credit aspect of accounting. It sometimes ignores a transaction totally, which is an unscientific and unreliable system since it is incomplete and unsystematic. It records only personal accounts and cash flow is maintained.
Children, any more confusion with this? I don't think we need to discuss it any further because it is already clear in it. Have you all got it? What is a single entry system?
Yes, ma'am.
Unscientific hota hai, unreliable hota hai. Debit, credit, both the aspects are not recorded. Either of the two is recorded and therefore it is not much in use. So since it is not very important, we don't discuss much about it. Clear? This much is there, buzz. That's it. Now come to the question section. Children, kindly note down the questions quickly. I have shortlisted 7 questions from your exercises and you have to look out for their answers. You should be knowing. Don't have to solve all of them in the copy, but you should be knowing. So write down important questions. You have a book, you don't have a book, doesn't matter. Important questions. Question number 1. Explain the meaning and purpose of accounting. Explain the meaning and purpose of accounting. Question number 2. What is the difference between bookkeeping and accounting? What is the difference between bookkeeping and accounting? Remember the distinguish between the comparative study that we made?
Yes, ma'am.
Bookkeeping versus accounting we did, no? Next question. What are the advantages of accounting. Or you write what are the advantages and limitations of accounting. What are the advantages and limitations of accounting? Advantages we all know, limitations remember, they have a legal binding, all the transactions which are not monetary cannot be recorded, it is a complicated system, for that you need to have a trained professional to keep a record of transactions. So all these,
Realistic information.
some unrealistic informations are also available. Then what is the another limitation? वो सारी चीज़ें जो qualitative होती हैं और बहुत important होती हैं, they are not recorded. Anything which cannot be transformed into money, which cannot be recorded, जिसकी monetary value नहीं है उसको हम accounting में लेते ही नहीं है. But क्या सिर्फ ऐसा ही होता है? In this world, do we not have anything which does not have monetary value? No, there are so many things which don't have monetary value, but still they are very important, right? The social status of any customer, or if the employees are satisfied or not, or how are their working conditions and all, qualitative aspects होते हैं, पर ये accounts record ही नहीं करती है. So these are the limitations. Next question, what do you mean by financial accounting? Here what are we talking about? We are talking about the steps which are involved in double entry system. फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग में वो सारे स्टेप्स जो प्रॉफिट एसरटेन करने के लिए बनाए जाते हैं, दैट इज ट्रायल बैलेंस की हेल्प से हम ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट कैसे बनाते हैं, देन प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, देन बैलेंस शीट, एंड फाइनली कंपेयरिंग देम फॉर आवर पर्पस. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग? क्वेश्चन मार्क. Explain its limitations. What I told you just now. Explain its limitations. Next question. Write a short note. Yes. Uh-huh.
Also we have to write it again.
Don't write it again. These questions also, if you find them in your book, just locate them in your book only. बहुत बड़े बड़े से answers हैं बेटा ये. If you just want to write them, you can write the bullet points. Headings सिर्फ लिखिएगा. I hope you know what to write inside, but don't write inside, huh? Just note down the heading points. Next question is, write a short note on double entry system. Write a short note on double entry system. Then one last question. How many questions are yet you have written? 5. ठीक है. One more. Who are the internal and external users of accounting? Who are the internal and external users of accounting? One last question. Define accountancy as per, define accountancy नहीं, accounting. Define accounting as per PER. The AICPA. As per the AICPA. What is AICPA? The American Institute Certified Public. Certified public. This is the most prominent and the widely used definition all around the world. So you should at least know this definition of accounting. Okay. So children, these 7 questions sum up whole of this chapter. Okay. So if you know these 7 questions, all the things from this chapter are prepared. Also go through the objective type and the very short questions. I hope you are big enough to go through them on your own. The answers are also mentioned in the book. If you wish to know कि ma'am I read this question लेकिन ये मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, then you ask me personally. Any confusion with these 7 questions which I had given you?
No, ma'am.
While discussing the chapter, we have done this. So children, very successfully we have completed the first chapter of accounting. I hope the basics were clear to you now.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yes, beta.